Okay, we're back. We actually have the game now. Um, so we have Code versus SMB for doubles invites. Um, and yeah, pretty much should be a good set. These two played in like not that long ago in like a seasonal. Um, so it's interesting to see the rematch here. We got like kind of like I want to say it's like really similar to like the Rat Packer slash Jello Ursa like Crest Bear team with like Combine Bolt and like Pow against like a really interesting like combination of stuff on this SMB team. You got like the scissor component with the POW, you got the Pelipper with the Lando, and then you kind of have like Rilla and Bolt to like stabilize things. I can't say I've really ever seen anything like this team. It's very interesting. SMB gets like a lot of progress in this turn one. Sorry, just kind of like a little bit behind here. Um, it gets it gets a big Sacred Sword plus you turn into that Ensign. That's like a really big chip here. Um, Ensign's like obviously like kind of vital into slowing down this like POW scissor stuff. Um, which I can't believe I have to say that, but you know, scissor moment. Um, so yeah, let's see. What do we got here? Battle timer is on. Holy shit. Okay, Crest comes in. That's gonna eat that Sacred Sword relatively comfortably, but not that U-turn. That's really disastrous, to be honest. Taking all that damage on Crest so early in this game, it's gonna be really difficult to come back from that, to be honest. Like, you can't even like Rilla just like pressures it here as well. Like it's not even that's actually really cooked. Is there a way back into this if you're code? That's kind of my question at this point, right? Like, um, you've just taken like really big chip and you haven't dealt any damage on the first two turns, and that's like really, really bad in this matchup. We're gonna see Crash go into that Ogre Pond, but Crest just gonna drop to another U-turn, and what are we gonna see here? Like Bolt could come in for relatively free, Scissor could come in, um, most things could come in here. Kind of a bit awkward because like I feel like I would almost want to be like Rilla that you switch in here, but obviously Rilla's the one actually U-turning, so um, just a little bit awkward. All right, there's the Scizor. Hmm. All right, Pao comes in. I mean, Scizor like obviously is not going to live this Ivy Cudgel plus presumably Dark Move double up unless it's way more broken than I realize. I mean, its defense is pretty good. Um, but yeah, it's just gonna switch out here. Yeah, successfully blocks that dude. The Bolt neck is so tall, bro. I'm not used to this. That's like a really yeah. This game's just wow, just complete ownage from SMB for the first four turns of this game. Wow, really difficult. I think this game's probably over. Jeez, got like he hard read like every turn. Got it right. It's pretty impressive. When these two played like how long ago, Code got the better of SMB. I think it was in like the last seasonal that one, the one that Code just won. Um, wow, what a start to the set. Like, I think if you're Code here, you really just have to like take your time and like really like try to just like calm your nerves a little bit. Like this is obviously like a really rough start to the set, but it's just game one. And like at this point, like what are you gonna do? Like I think like the plays that Code made were very reasonable. It's just like playing on the back foot on every turn, right? Um, at this point, there's just like no speed control. I think the bear is just like not going to be able to make enough progress to win this game. I can't get over this team from SME. This is like such an interesting construction. I've never seen anything like it. Like the Pelipper is actually really cool here, like defensively for that like Scizor and that Rilla, especially, and obviously it helps offensively with that land. I wonder if this Bolt is like Thunder or something. That'd be really interesting. All right, we see a Brick Break from the POW. Um, as get an icicle crash flinch. That's like probably doesn't matter. Just keep the power around for another turn. Um, I mean, I guess if you're SMB here, you want to just be like as safe as possible, right? That flinch is like quite helpful. Pow's gonna protect on the sucker. That cudgel is not even gonna kill, and the neutron's just gonna kill the ogre fawn. So some like successful damage trading from code here, but like SMB is ahead so much in material that like I'm not sure it really matters. Um, I think Gorilla just comes out here, like you just have faster fake out than the instant roar, presumably, which is already like quite chipped. Didn't even get to click fake out last time. So there's the bolt. Um, yeah, I just like really can't stop glide. Glide sacred is pretty free. Um, Pow sucker probably doesn't actually kill the opposing Pow, so that does limit the options here, like technically, like a little bit. Um, I consider our switching is like relatively safe. If your code, consider our switch like Thunderclap into Pow. Um, the question is, what's the counterplay to that? I think okay, yeah, there's sucker into Pow, glide into Pow. Both Pows are down. The bolt is going to set up a CM. Let's see if it can do anything here. I mean, with the POW gone, it is possible this could do something. It's going to be very difficult to make progress into this Lando, even though both sides still have Terra. Um, and yeah, I mean, hmm. Successful last couple of turns for Code, but yeah, if this Lando has like any kind of bulk at all, like it's gonna just win this game, I think. Um, Obviously, you have to make sure like the opposing bolt. If these are both like uh a double protect, they're gonna get guts online for Code here. Um, Interesting double up from SMB. Very safe actually, because the bear didn't have its facade quite activated this turn, so both Pokemon were pretty safe. Now, like obviously that's a good double protect, but like still that play like does limit your options, right? Because now neither slot can really protect. So if the double up goes into the bear is just dead. The double up goes into the bolt. The bolt is probably dead unless like the instant switches and the bolt Terra is and stuff. And then like I'm not sure that gets enough progress. And you don't even want a Terra bolt either because it's presumably like Terra Fairy, and then that just like gets packed up by the Scizor. Um, so yeah, I think this is just kind of chopped. Double up into bear is like maybe what I'd go for here. I think it's like I just want to like exchange material as well as possible, right? Um, there's the Terra Fairy. Yep, we're gonna see. Yeah, there's a wood hammer. That's valuable chip onto that bolt. Yeah, that Dragon Pulse would have needed to crit to really like fully make progress here. Um, is there anything you can do here if you're code? I think protect Helando plus Woodhammer, the Ursulina is just so safe from SMB. Like you need a double protect to really like uh kind of like make progress with this bear here, because like obviously I think the Lando should not be risked here on this turn when the bear can just protect. Yeah, there's the protect. Protect from bolt. But yeah, there's the Woodhammer. That's just gonna do a lot, and like now you just get in. Okay, it doesn't even die, yeah. So yeah, this one's wrapped up. Very, very interesting Scizor team here. Wonder what we'll see in the next couple of games of this set. Wow. Yeah, it was just like those that progress like so early on in the game was just too difficult to really come up with anything. Although like the later half of the game was like a little bit better for Code, so um want to build off that into game two here. Let's see when we get the next game linked. All right, there's game two. Just drop this link in the previous chat for anyone who's still in that room. Oh, there's the Isbafra. Um, Okay, so we'll see what happens here. Uh, I think this is like the Z version or the Z6. I can't. It's been a month and I already forgot. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit difficult for these moon teams to actually deal with this Bafra. Because like obviously Nock is like weaker base power into this Bafra, but we have like the counter of like Volk on like this side, right? So both sides here are gonna get like a lot of split F heavy setup going in these first few turns. Like the way this is good for code is if it's like taunt moon here and it's like Terra Ghost. Like Terra Ghost taunt onto the Espafra on turn one would be like kind of devastating for SMB to be honest. Um, However, I almost wonder if it's better for code to or wait for SMB to take out the Volk here, just because that's a lot less likely to be like Terra Ghost or something. Um, in the case that this is not Taunt Roaring Moon, this is a lot more difficult. But Taunt Roaring Moon would like force like a lot of heavy progress immediately, and I'm not sure how well prepared this team is to deal with like QD Volk. Spoffer is the villain of DOU. Yeah, there's the ghost. There, are we gonna see the taunt? Yep, there's a Terra Ghost taunt. That's why take out into the bulk was like marginally safer. This is like disastrous now. Um, if you're SMB, there's Ensign. Oh, and it gets crit. This buffer's gotten crit like the first turn it has possibly been able to, like every single game I've watched of it the last like month. All right, Roar Ensign to save the matchup. Otherwise, this is just going to game three. The taunt on the moon covers for Roar as well. Double miss on Heatwave. No parting shot because of the taunt. Yeah, Fake Out really had to go into the Volk on turn one here. Like, it's maybe a difficult thing to scout for, the Terra Ghost like taunt on Moon, but like you still kind of have to respect it with a team like this. Because that's like kind of the only way they're ever going to be able to stop you, right? So, just lost like so much momentum off of that. If the knockoff did not crit, this would be an interesting game. But I mean, also the Swamper's only alive because Heatwave missed, so like I guess it goes both ways. Oh, there's a baton pass. Okay, so we're gonna see a raw baton pass into that Prim, which is actually like pretty solid here. You're gonna get some okay damage from Flare Blitz. Like the Volcarona can't really remove this instant. Um, and obviously like the board here is good. Like, okay, this is interesting. There's a Hearth Flame. I'm not sure how much I like that switch. Protect from Prim. That's a good. That's not solid. That does block the knockoff from going out into the Prim. Um, it is very much possible for Primarina to win this game. Actually, I may have called this over a little bit too early. I guess the thing is, you only get like one CM off, right? That swipe is not good. You needed a taunt there, probably. That crit probably makes up for it. It probably dies to this now, yeah. Um, but yeah, there's the Calm Mind. The question is, can Primarina with Terra win this game? There's Ensign. Fake out into Volk, relatively safe. I think if I'm SMB here, I'm clicking Knock plus like Protect. Knock into Moon, Protect on Primarina. Like, I kind of want to make progress here into this Moon because otherwise it's going to be very difficult to deal with. Um, And if you're code, I guess like they kind of want to get target this instant down, but also like if you give Primarina like a free turn to click, like it's just cooked, right? Bug Buzz, that's not going to kill. Um, Big Citrus Berry. Uh, crit on Moon. Volk lives, however, Primarina is probably now the fastest thing on the board. Um, all that damage taken on the instant is quite bad, though. Again, the Primarina still has Terra. I think you gotta switch instant out here. Um, Probably into Rilla. Yeah, there it is. The speed interactions here are going to be interesting. Um, Roaring Moon goes for taunt. That's not the greatest. Moon's going to die. Now Volk is just dead, right? Like, Primarina probably burns Terra here. I think it's probably Terra Grass on this team. Um, if it's somehow slower than Volk, which is actually very possible. Double Protect. Okay, that is okay. SMP's just built different. There's a hyper voice into the moon. Um, now, hmm, now what? Volcarona is faster than Primarina. That's important information to note from a terrain healing. This is like Terra Dragon Primarina. It's in like an excellent spot here, but if it's not and it's like Terra Grass, then it's pinned by Heatwave, and this game is kind of cooked. That double protect actually sucks so bad. That's so cringe. Well, actually, does Volk ever? No, can't die to glide here. It's a +1. It's quad resist. Dodge Heatwave. GG. It's quite rough. SMB did everything he possibly needed to do to win this game, and then the Volcarona clicked protect twice in a row. There's Ensign. That's somewhat valuable here. Um, Actually, that's quite valuable because Heatwave was not clicked for some reason. Okay. Um, now taunt ends. It's still tricky, but SMB still has Terra and a full health Rilla. I feel like the bag was fumbled here a bit for code. I think Heatwave really needed to be clicked there to make progress into that instant switch because I don't think instant lives that at +2. I mean, it might, but Terra Steel Prim. Okay. Well, that's a similar matchup spread to what's it called? But burning it there is terrible. That's a good turn for code. If you're gonna go for that, I feel like I would have liked to see like another combine or something. What a back and forth game, dude. Come on, man. Pokemon Showdown, not act normally challenge. We're gonna get back into this game, and the game's gonna be completely different. Okay, no turn left. Tricky thing is, I feel like Gold still could have done it if it had not, if it still had Terra. But now it looks quite difficult. Gold switch on instant slot is an option for SMB. I feel like that's somewhat difficult to cover for if you're code. I forget what the gold is on this team. I think it's fast. Okay, Rilla instead, that's also pretty safe. Um, Cudgel goes into Rilla, Drain Punch into Prim. Okay, so that's the fake out blunder for you. Even at +1, Prim is probably still in range of Ogerpon Cudgel, though. That's the issue here. Dude, is this Boffer gonna come back in and just win the game? Like, if it gets a free turn, it is very, very dangerous from this board. Okay, there's a Moon. Oh, Primarina lives. Okay, okay, okay. That is. Did not expect that, to be honest with you. It looks like Dogi is not in range of Hyper Voice. Our Moonblast just gonna kill the that Dogi. Probably U-turn from. Wow. And now I think there's not quite enough for Code to beat this Rilla. I could be wrong though. Gold comes in. That's interesting. I feel like Incen. Yeah, okay, that's no gold is fair. Gold is fair. You actually play I might like here for. It's still difficult. I wonder if it's like Shuka Gold. Okay, there's both players do not know about the move Protect. Um, Shadow Ball into Ogerpon. Whack end game. SMB's rule is faster. Um, okay, so in that case, it's very safe, I think. Well, okay. I guess it's kind of a call here. Depending on whether it's not or not, it's Shuka Gold, which is something you kind of have to respect these days. Sludge Bomb's not going to kill the Rilla here, though. You need like a little bit more chip on it if you're Code. In return, like Woodhammer probably doesn't kill Lando either if it has any kind of bulk. But if it's bulkless, then Woodhammer will get the kill here. Um, I don't think Lando can ever live Woodhammer into Glide. Um, oh, big call there from SMB. U-turn goes into the goal. That's not quite enough. Spoffer's gonna get this next turn after a protect, gonna get a very helpful speed boost. Hmm. It's still difficult. That was a great turn from SMB, but it's not over yet. Gold protects. That's also valid. Um, oh, Sludge Bomb into gold. That's game. Yeah, Spoffer just wins. Wow. Well, does it? Yeah, it does. It does. Because uh, now a Spoffer can just click protect and then, well, okay, Rilla comes in. Hard call there. But he gets away with it. Wow, what an incredibly well played game by SMB. Wow. It's still not over. That's fake out into Rilla. Um, but yeah, now stored power comes out. Or power is going to kill Espafra. Well, All that, and this still might be lost because terrain is going to end, and Woodhammer recoil will put the Rilla in range of glide. I don't think Rilla drops this Lead Plum here, but bulky Lando can win this game because it's just broken like that. Lando protects. Okay, SMB goes for glide. Glide MIR. Sandstorm. Fancier. Glide. Oh, does it not have Woodhammer? Oh my god, it doesn't have Woodhammer. But Sludgemont goes into Rilla. Gold clicks make it. Oh my god, what a game. Wow. Jeez. Wow. This team was so well teched off of turn one for that at Spafra, but that Primarina just really forced so much progress. That was there were a lot of things that went on in this game. This was very, very complicated game. What a set. Rough early ending to the tournament for Code. Missing that heat wave early on was quite bad. I'm not sure if I think if Noct didn't crit, Heatwave still would have killed this Bofferus, so that's net unluckier for Code for sure. But wow. That was I mean, even regardless, I feel like this is just like an incredible winning game from SMB. Like there were so many turns that had to be like there was like such little margin for error here in this end game to just be able to kill this Lando, which was like so difficult after Primarina Terad. Mm. Wow, what a set. I'll be back in an hour for probably for Zern versus Shister or whatever that is. Um, yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you